All right. I had to go grab something. But I'm here. And I'm not queer. At least to your knowledge. Hi. How is everyone? As I sound like I'm so far away, it's because I am. Oh. Don't worry. I went to go do something. Shut up. Shut up! There's no silence. Just let me rock. Just let me rock. Just let me rock. In a professional sense, Leon's class would be English 101. What a drastic. Could you ever, like, what's with you? Could you ever find different ways to disrespect me? And by the way, if anyone complains about this dead background of nothing, fear not. Posters are coming back. Like posters. The usual sign of what the fuck is his the usual uptick in who the fuck is his interior designer. That issue will be remedied tomorrow. That issue will be remedied tomorrow. I got posters. I will not say what they are. You'll probably see them at some point either this week or next. It doesn't even matter. Just be prepared to once again question the lengths of what I think belongs in a room. You know what I'm saying? New room? No. I just keep looking back there. I keep looking back there. And I think to myself, God damn, this shit is like naked. It's like I do look like I'm in a fucking insane asylum, and I'm not. It's just fuck. I need it. I need like some posters behind me, and that'll be in my due time. But hi, how is everyone? How are you doing? I hope you're doing somewhat well, and if you're not, fuck you. Get better at what you're fucking doing. Blink twice if you are. Well, fuck, I'm gonna be blinking twice anyway. I got 4 eyes, which means my eyesight is fucking bad. But fuck, what do you expect out of me? Bro, living in a gay porno scene. What time is it? It ain't early in the morning, so I can't fucking ban you from my chat. If this was like 8 in the morning, I'd go ahead and get rid of you. I vote we go back to calling everything gay. Well, dumbasses like you think that stopped. You got pressured by a bunch of people who go outside and bust out slurs into thinking you can't call shit gay anymore. Calling shit gay never went out of fashion. You pussies just got scared. Just so you know. The time of day evades the ban. Look. Yes. If it's early in the morning or late at night, don't fucking test me. I ain't got time for y'all layers of stupidity. I never find that shit cute. I'm not Kristen Nark. I'm not going to sit here and house a bunch of you fucking retards. And then when you gain confidence, I'm not about to be, oh, well, what the fuck? What's going on? No. But, enough of that. I'm tired of the word woke. I feel like that word had some steam to it. But because a bunch of content creators don't know how to bring up any form of criticism without saying that fucking word. Mid to the end of 2023, that word lost all meaning. And for some reason, motherfuckers are making videos about YouTubers. And I shit you not, I watched the first 40 seconds of this, and I immediately said, I don't want to watch the rest of this without a few other people watching this shit with me so that I can confirm that I'm probably watching a bunch of bullshit. Like, I feel like I might be watching a bunch of bullshit, but I don't know. And so we all gonna watch it together because apparently this motherfucker's points are terrible. And I don't know if this is true or not. This motherfucker tried to copyright strike another motherfucker that was talking about how bad this shit is. So, you know, we might have us a little bit of fun. Had a feeling you would address Andy. Bro, I don't know who the fuck this is. I just know it's a fucking video that 40 seconds in is fucking terrible. So I just wonder what the rest of the 10 minutes is going to be.
So with every new video I make now, I'm like, probably going to get canceled after this one. Oh, well, here we go.
Just so y'all know, this is on par with, can we go back to calling shit gay? A stupid ass mindset set up by people that's too scared to eloquently bring up any fucking criticism they got about anything. You motherfuckers are not getting canceled for these lame duck fucking takes. These takes are the most milquetoast ever, but because you've convinced yourself that if you say anything that another person will fucking dislike, that means you're gonna fucking die. We have motherfuckers thinking, oh, well, this might be the one where I get canceled. It's fucking stupid.
Here we go. So in this video, I want to talk about a disturbing pattern that I've begun to notice in some of our most celebrated YouTubers.
Ackman, somebody I don't know, might be skill up or upskill up, and a white guy. Who's the white guy? I mean, they're probably all white, but, you know. Who's the white guy? Does anyone know the white guy? Both of them? Well, that doesn't help me. I want to read the fucking description. FYI, none of these game developers paid me to mention it. It's already gay. Ackman is a grifter. Basically, he's the guy that constantly repeats trending talking points. So by that dumbass logic, a lot of motherfuckers are grifters. By the logic of he's the guy that constantly repeats trending talking points, there's a lot of motherfuckers, probably motherfuckers you favor, that are grifters. So I'm going to need you to tweak that logic more so with just some generic fucking talking point that is, he repeats other people's trending talking points. So by your own logic, you're a grifter too. You see how you might want to expand upon what the fuck you might mean in terms of criticism? It would be a great idea.
I, like many people, was at one time a fan of the Ackman, Skill Up, and Bellular. But as time has gone on, I've noticed a pretty upsetting trend in the content of all three of these guys. Have you noticed these three creators never call anything woke? And if
this was where I stopped. And you know what? I said 40 seconds in, 26 seconds. Why are we worried about if these specific motherfuckers call some shit woke? Why? Also, can I just say, as a motherfucker who's at least for 3-4 years heard motherfuckers call everything under the sun woke, can y'all please just be like Critical Drinker and at least expand upon what the fuck you talking about? You motherfuckers ain't got nothing else but that word. That's why I like Critical Drinker. He'll say that fucking word, but then he'll spend maybe 7 to 10 extra minutes talking about every other fucking thing about a movie or a TV show. But, oh my God, this is woke. We need more people calling shit woke. Third thing, just because you call the shit woke, it ain't changing nothing. These games still come out. I'm still stuck on how a group of motherfuckers somehow convinced themselves that Japan's government was going to do something about Assassin's Creed. These motherfuckers are stupid. They had no interest in doing anything about Assassin's Creed. It's a fucking video game.
if they do, they're making fun of you
Just don't buy that bitch.
for using the term. Have you noticed they never talk about the obvious uglification of women in games the past few years?
That is a problem, but is that a detriment to a game as a whole? Like, you can try to model some fucking character, and that motherfucker be uglier than shade skin. But again, this is another one. Does this really affect the game overall? And some people, not all, when they make this point, they come across as horny losers. So I hope Andy doesn't come across as a horny loser.
Have you noticed they never talk about the LGBTQI_7 community and how they basically run video games right now? Have you noticed they never point out obvious racism against white people? In fact, they'll often say lies like,
some people like to say that racism doesn't even exist anymore, so I don't know how we got it towards white people. Also, maybe these motherfuckers adopt the philosophy that I adopt. When it comes to shit I don't want to play, I'm not going to play it. Or, if the shit is so minuscule, it doesn't affect anything, why care?
racism against white people isn't possible. Have you noticed none of them ever talk about the trillions of dollars companies make by bumping up their DEI and ESG initiatives and by putting evil, woke nonsense in their games? Have you noticed they...
I don't really classify any of this shit as evil, more so just boring. And I don't understand why. Oh my God, they're stripping masculinity from games. What games? What games? Because just out of a basic catalog, if y'all want to look at my current game library, I'm not eating plain chips. How about you actually use your fucking brains to zoom in on my fucking face to see what I'm eating? But if you want to look at my game catalog, I would argue the only thing that's not masculine in this current catalog of games you see is Fortnite. Football game, shooter, wrestling, Fortnite excluded, space shooter, The Walking Dead, Grand Theft Auto. Let's expand. Spider-Man, fighting game, shooter, fighter, Tales of Berseria, Tales of Vesperia. And that's just the games that's on the place, that's on my fucking thing as a whole. If we go through the whole catalog, I feel like the most masculine game I got on here is Sly Cooper. Genshin doesn't count. God of War. It's not real. I'm not really seeing a lot of, now it's there because I got Cars Made International on here. What's the masculinity that's being stripped away? What's the masculinity that's being stripped away out of common curiosity? Because I'm still trying to figure that one out.
They never talk about the complete removal of masculinity from video games. So why?
What is the complete removal of masculinity? Because to say it's been completely removed means that it's not in any game of any capacity. And that's a bold claim to make. That's a bold claim to fucking make.
Why are these three dudes intentionally avoiding calling out wokeness in games? To put it simply, it's because these dudes are cucks. They're pussies. All three of these guys are definitely voting for Kamala Harris in November. I heard...
That's strike one. I'm starting to realize, like, I don't need to be watching motherfuckers that really ain't got nothing to stand on. And so I start grading my shit like baseball. If I reach a point where I'm at strike 3, I just turn the shit off.
I heard Endymion call him Ackman one time, and the label definitely fits. So those are the surface level reasons. I'll get to the deeper reasons in a minute. I just watched an entire Ackman video about...
Let's be honest, if a lot of these individuals intended to create a game that isn't woke, it's the quality. It's guaranteed to be the equivalent of modern adult shows. No. It would be fucking worse. Because these motherfuckers have no ground to stand on in any of their fucking theories of the fucking world in any capacity. The real issue is none of these motherfuckers actually have a creative bone in their body, and they're begging other people to come out with something that's somehow so good. However, a lot of your alternative media fucking sucks. Don't fucking tell me about Matt Walsh in that, because the movie is funny. But just because you got one don't mean all of it's good. Because Daily Wire has a whole library of shit. You know what I mean? Just shit. And their whole premise is, this is better than the main street. No, it ain't. It's shit. I could name more shows that have come out of Netflix, Hulu, ABC that are vastly better than anything from the fucking Daily Wire. That stupid ass show, The Officer Tatum, was like, oh, this is gonna win the culture back. Shit. You got a bunch of motherfuckers that are shit in terms of, that's what I'm saying. All this shit talk, I don't see nobody making nothing. When is Andy Pants gonna make a fucking video game? I'd love to see it. I'd love to see him put in this fucking work.
Concord. I know, it was painful. It contained a lot of tired millennial jokes. I'm a millennial, by the way. It takes one to know one. He talked a lot about low player numbers. He talked about how much money it wasted. And then when he gets to the part where you're supposed to talk about why the game failed, he just says,
If you get beat out by CW shows, which are basically, you remember when the CW was nothing but high school shows and also the fucking DC universe?
Bad gameplay, bad character design. Why do you suppose Ackman doesn't talk about the fact that Concord has 3 black females in it and not a single white man?
Hold the fuck up. Back this shit up.
Low player numbers, Concord definitely fits. So those are the surface level reasons. I'll get to the deeper reasons in a minute. I just watched an entire Ackman video about Concord. I know, it was painful. It contained a lot of tired millennial jokes. I'm a millennial, by the way. It takes one to know one. He talked a lot about low player numbers. He talked about how much money it wasted.
Low player number, which is a thing to talk about.
And then when
how much money it wasted, which the number that's been thrown around is 400 million, which is a lot of fucking money for a game that you essentially canceled and gave everybody refunds for.
He gets to the part where you're supposed to talk about why the game failed, he just says, bad gameplay, bad character design. What?
I'm pretty sure he expands upon that way more than just that, but let's work with it. Bad character design, which those characters are ugly as all fuck, and that's not really going to bring a player base in, because compare these motherfuckers to the motherfuckers in Fortnite, the motherfuckers in Overwatch, and the motherfuckers in Apex. You will see a wide variety of character design in all 3 of them fucking games. You will not see that shit in Concord. Concord had designs that are the equivalent to current day Pokemon, where the shit don't even look original. The shit just look like fan art. Bad fucking fan art. Gameplay, clunky, slow, and another fucking live service fucking game that we tired of fucking seeing. These are valid fucking reasons to worry about a game failing or not. For a split second, I saw 3 black women, 0 white characters. That's not a fucking reason why this game failed.
Why do you suppose Ackman doesn't talk?
Why do you suppose he doesn't talk about how the game has 3 black females in it and 0 white women? I gotta be getting trolled. This gotta be a troll video. This gotta be a troll video. I'm not looking at this and taking this shit serious. I can't do it. I can't do it at all.
Talk about the fact that Concord has 3 black females in it and not a single white man. Why do you suppose he doesn't talk about all the LGBTQ+ activists on Twitter who worked on the game?
So? Yeah, LGBTQ activists that work on buku games. I'm almost certain a couple of these motherfuckers worked on college football, worked on COD, worked on WWE, worked on Fortnite, worked on Helldivers. What's the problem? You're losing me.
Interesting. He even at one point in the video makes fun of the idea that bigger breasts would save this game. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, dude. Is that idea so ridiculous? You'll notice similar things when watching cucks like Skill Up and Bellular analyze Concord. Why do you suppose these guys spend 30 minutes talking about the gameplay and not 1 minute talking about how a huge reason the game failed is because the characters are fat and ugly?
This is strike 2. Let me see if I got this right. If I'm about to talk about why a game isn't good, which option am I going to go with? Am I going to go with the gameplay, the storytelling, the characters? Or am I going to go with we needed bigger boobs in the game? Reasonable fucking things that could lead to some genuine conversation and critiques about a video game. Horny incel loser who has to fight racist accusations because he can't articulate a point while also being bitter that people get higher view counts than him. sound and reasonable fucking explanations about why you could like or dislike a fucking game. Horny fucking loser. Going with the sound critique on this one. Like, just my bad.
So I used to think these three guys were just missing details. I used to give them the benefit of the doubt. But as I've watched their content on a consistent basis, I realized these dudes are so deep in the gay communist agenda, they can't even criticize it anymore. Basically, you've got incredibly evil companies like Activision who support pedophilia and Satanism and push DEI initiatives and also spend billions and billions of dollars a year on marketing. Now, do you think they're going to give a YouTuber like me, who calls them out on a consistent basis, a sneak peek and a tour of the studio? Of course not. They want a shill. They want an empty shill like SkillUp who won't bring up the woke stuff. They want somebody who will be an empty mouthpiece and they can just pour talking points into them while they regurgitate them out. Actman is indeed good at playing an act. He's good at appearing natural and looking like he's riffing. The reality is he's reading a careful script that has definitely been run by his handlers at Activision and Bungie and other DEI departments. Again, notice these guys never mention BlackRock, ESG, or any of the gay, communist, globalist cancer that these companies push.
So you do, and what? You don't dictate when strike three is. I do. So you talk about all these things and the games still come out. They don't talk about these things. It's almost as if nothing changed. Nothing happens. And the games still come out. It's almost like all this shit kind of pointless.
I found this article on screen here about Bellular that was definitely interesting. It basically talks about how he's been given insider interviews and gets to see deep behind-the-scenes information about upcoming World of Warcraft games. But part of his ability to get that info is to continue to be a corporate shill for Activision and parrot the talking points they want. He's a good little sheep and never asks about DEI or ESG. This is why even if they wanted to, Actman, Bellular, and SkillUp can't talk about the woke agenda. These low-T beta males have been bought and sold by Activision, by Sony, by Microsoft, by Bungie. Sure, they can have complaints about gameplay and too many microtransactions and stuff like that, but you will never hear these guys complaining about why women are so ugly in video games now because they're good corporate servants.
A bitch ugly in a video game. Do you have anything else? No? Well, you're going to have to deal with a bunch of people calling you a horny loser.
One mistake I think a lot of people make is thinking that just because these guys will say a game is terrible, they must be objective. Not so. A journalist or content creator is not judged by their ability to say a game is bad. They're judged by their ability to be able to breach any topic.
You have not been able to do that whatsoever. This is a 10-minute video, and we're almost at the 5-minute mark, and you have not done that at all.
The fact that these creators have never talked about DEI, ESG, and the woke propaganda indicates to me either A, they're censoring their real thoughts, or B, these guys are the propaganda machines themselves. Also, there's no way they're not aware of it. Every third comment on YouTube is calling out woke garbage, so these guys are either willing corporate cucks or unwilling corporate cucks. Either way, they're owned by the corporations. Zooming out a little bit, another interesting issue here is the debate around company structure and the corporate life of video game companies. These three creators always toe the woke/communist party line rather than identifying the real problem, the actual workers at the bottom. They are the problem. Let me give you an example. So I've talked to a lot of people in the AAA game industry confidentially the past few months. I can't reveal their identities. Companies like Ubisoft have a president.
Hold the fuck up. So you not gonna fucking you not gonna tell these motherfuckers who's giving you this information, but you mad at the act man for not doing it how you want him to do? Okay.
A board of directors, and these are the guys who just care about the money, basically. Below this line right here, you have all the creatives. Usually the person in charge of the creative work is the studio head, game director, somebody like that, and it's usually a whole group of people. Then below the studio heads, you have the 500 or 1,000 people who work at the company. When stuff goes bad and you have a game like Concord that fails, homo leftists like Bellular always blame the president. It's the billionaires, they screech. But after talking to a ton of people in the AAA industry the past few months, I've come to learn this. Billionaires have no idea what kind of game their game company is making. Billionaires don't really care what kind of game the creatives are making.
You did not need to talk to 15 different people to know this. I've said this shit for at least 6 months now, that all you motherfuckers that call everything woke, y'all first idea is to go for the developers and the illustrators and designers. Y'all don't never go at them studio heads, because those are the people that the developers and illustrators and designers have to answer to. They're not answering to the billionaires. The billionaires are just paying for some shit, hoping that they could get a reimbursement. It's the studio heads, it's the executive producers, it's those motherfuckers y'all gotta have issue with. But because your complaints only go to one area, this area, shit don't get done.
Billionaires just want money to be made. So gay communists like Ackman, Bellular, and Skillup, whenever they talk about the industry, actually want you to be distracted from the real problem, the studio employees themselves. The studio and the people on the bottom are the ones who actually make the game. They are the ones with pronouns in their bio. They're the ones with pride flags in their bio. It's the actual people on the bottom who are making these games trash. All you need to do is get on Twitter to see how true this is. Illustrators, designers, people like Kim Belair. Like I said, they're always gay Satanists, and everybody in the creative department at a video game company has pronouns and gay flags in their bio. The wild thing that's happening in the video game industry right now is the chickens are coming home to fucking roost. Billionaire investors for 20 years used to be able to invest money in Ubisoft and get a return on that money. But Ubisoft has been a complete shit show this year, and investors are going to start wondering why their $1 billion didn't turn into $2 billion this year. And this is honestly the sea change that I'm hoping for. This is what we are all praying happens. I want the billionaires to come in and fire all the studio heads and put people in there who can actually make a masculine freaking game for one.
They're going to put those motherfuckers out of work, and then games are not going to get fucking made. That's the real issue. Because if a billionaire looks at something and they view that shit as a sunk cost, they're not coming back to that shit. They're moving on to the next thing. The next thing might not be video games. It might be something else. So let's not hope that they pull out their money, because they pull out their money, we're not going to be seeing any video games at all.
Once. Guys, the funny thing is, the billionaires are on our side. We want games with hot chicks and manly dudes. Those are the...
Strike 3! They're not on your side. They just want money. You want big boobs and hot chicks. The billionaires just want money. And if they're not getting that money, then they're not fucking invested. They don't give a fuck what's in the fucking game. They want money. We're done here. Next.
Read Rico flares. Some smooth kind of spitting. Sometimes companies take people to...
All right. This is for Tonga. Who's the dude talking in the video? Some twink who's just some horny wannabe racist trying to fucking operate in some fucking vacuum about how, oh my God, the billionaires want us to have boobs in video games. Not one fucking motherfucker has brought that up in any capacity. But this is for Tonga. Somebody who I believe got a video copyright struck by that motherfucker at the top of the screen. And also, and this is from Tonga's mouth, not mine, this motherfucker apparently went into the DMs and demanded an apology if you wanted the fucking strike removed. Now, the strike has been removed, but demanding an apology for nothing? Nigga, you gay. Can he just admit he's horny? I would hope so, but motherfuckers don't want to bring that part out.
Court just to drain their resources, even if they don't think they can win.
Wow, you're the guy! Yeah, you're 35 and you're the guy! Yeah!
I know a YouTuber that's about to do that to somebody.
You do that to me.
I know a YouTuber that's about to do that to somebody.
You're the guy! Yeah!
He wasn't even filing a lawsuit. He said he was just going to file a counter claim. So.
But ain't the next thing after that he got to file a lawsuit if you deny that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he could, but yeah.
I don't want that man to know. A good lawyer like $300 an hour, brother. If you got it like that, you got it like that.
It's all fixed. It's all fixed though. It's all good.
Oh, you took off the. Oh, he made you. Okay, cool. Good shit.
No. I never. I
You was a good boy. You was a good boy.
I don't fold, sir.
You was a good boy. You was a good boy.
Sure, that's not what
You
happened.
was a good boy. I like that.
I don't even know what to say. Just as Broken Games HD released a copyright strike on my channel that, mind you, was done over hurt feelings and not because I had actually stolen any content of his. And that is, of course, all thanks to Gazon Daily / Septic Sauce on YouTube, who is a close friend of both of our channels, who managed to use the power of Talk No Jutsu to get BG to understand how...
Imagine demanding an apology, Bo Black's energy. Listen, all I'm gonna tell you motherfuckers is I was right. Tipster W. It's easy for Tipster to get a W on any of these motherfuckers because if you actually pay attention, a lot of them are willfully inconsistent and they do the same things that they bitched at Tipster about.
How absolutely insane all of this is, right after the Act Man tweeted out about what BG was doing. And for that, you will all subscribe to Septic
What are you eating? Food.
Sauce. When in need of good advice,
Better call gas, bruv.
But now we have two new offenders. You may have heard of one of them, Andy Pants, and the other, the generic Eric, who both decided on the exact same day to unleash copyright strikes on the Actman and another content creator. Oh no, it's Alex Streams, or as we call him here in the community, Josh the Editor. Strap in, there's a lot of information, and there's a lot of content creators out there who are not going to to have the spine to cover this. Fortunately for you, I do. Why? Well, that's because I have integrity. That's because I actually stand by my principles, and I'm not going to look the other way because the person being struck as somebody the anti-woke community cannot ever accept. I'm not like that. You see, unlike the person who's striking the act man, I believe what I say. While Andy is nothing more than a grifter. Let's talk about what happened. I know he said we'd be off the gas. We're back on the gas, but it's celebratory. Oh, I'm a friend. I don't want people to think I'm an idiot because I do drugs. That's okay. I already think you're an idiot. Especially if you're somebody who subscribes to Andy Pants.
Strike one.
All right, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I don't know why I say real quick. It's gonna take a few minutes. But there is a YouTuber who did an excellent job covering exactly who Mr. Andy Lying Pants on Fire. He's not who you think he is, but Andy specifically pretends to be everything you want, like the escorts DSP hires. But by the time people are able to finally figure it out, they're far too committed into siding with Andy, all because he says woke is bad. I will direct you to this video by YouTuber The Gamertron Show, which I'll link down below because he single-handedly dismantled Andy in a way no other big content creator is going to be able to because they're all slowly finding out. Hell, even Asmongold himself.
I can't believe the morning I woke up and I was like, holy crap, like one of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold, was like making a video, responding to my video. And for a second I was panicking. I was like, oh man, I hope he likes it. Like if he doesn't like this video, like I'm gonna kill myself. So there's this thing you see on YouTube a lot now and it's called grifting, and you see people like Luke Stevens and Asmongold doing it a lot, and it just basically means these people have no integrity whatsoever. One of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold, and it basically means you just regurgitate whatever the popular opinion to have right now is. One of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold, you have no integrity and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear.
So stupid.
Sounds like everybody's a pussy.
It's so dumb.
And that's the best part, because Asmongold created Andy Pants. Now he's gonna be the one to take him out. Life is cinema. But to summarize, Andy Pants was a former Xbox fanboy channel. Many of you may know him as the guy who had that viral tweet defending Redfall and Skull and Bones and just about every single woke, terrible piece of media you could think of. You see, that wasn't working out for him. So one day he woke up and out of the blue, he became a mixture between Synthetic Man and Endymion. But somehow with even less effort, now he spends all day regurgitating the exact same anti-woke videos that everybody on YouTube consumes like it's a bag of potato chips. Understandable how he blew up. When it comes to talking about DEI, when it comes to talking about ESG scores, uglification of female characters in games, a lot of people can resonate with that because there is truth to it. Unfortunately, the internet's a place where oftentimes the truth is so easily rewarded, even if you're not the one to do all the heavy lifting, Andy. It's far easier if you're someone like Andy and you sit back and you take a piece of everybody's video and then you make something that gets people to click on it. The thing about that is that Andy doesn't mean any of it. The evidence is highly stacked against him, and he meets the textbook definition. Now I know what you're thinking here about, where he essentially did some really poor research and put
I just had to fucking skip because that's strike two.
liar, liar, pants
I have this shit on fucking 1.7.
on fire. Put up a video calling out the Act Man, where he essentially did some really poor research and put together a video that most should laugh at for how blatantly horrible it is. Even if there is some validity to said criticisms, the overall message was not delivered right.
Anytime you watch an Actman video or a Skill Up video or a Bellular video, just know you are funding the current establishment of video games.
Strike three, and it ain't even for Tonga's fault. I'm gonna go ahead and like the video anyway. It ain't even for Tonga's fault. Why did I just hear that? That is on par with, if you watch Geeks and Gamers, you want to see black Star Wars actresses killed. I'm about to start having panic attacks because of these shits. The Gamertron show is good. I feel like I didn't ask, but you know, what? Fuck it. Let me hear it again. Let me hear that again.
Anytime you watch an Actman video or a Skill Up video or a Bellular video, just know you are funding the current establishment of video games.
Low fucking effort. Not a lot being brought into the conversation. It's just, let me bitch at you about these popular people and how if you watch them, you're a fucking communist Russian Kamala Harris supporter. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's just not right. If you shop at Walmart, you're a Jew. If you shop at Target, you're a white supremacist. If you shop at Publix, you're a hillbilly incest baby. At some point, y'all gonna start understanding that this quote, opposition to mainstream, is just regurgitating their own fucking talking points and not having any ground to fucking stand on. Eventually, a lot of motherfuckers are gonna realize that. Isn't Publix only in Florida? Exactly my fucking point. What if you shop at Aldi's? Then you're just like me.
You are fine.
I don't even want. That's twice. That's 2 videos I gotta fucking ignore, cause they're fucking terrible. This one's fucking terrible because he's just bitching, and we got 2 minutes left. We made it 8 minutes into a 10-minute video. This one is bad because he got parts of this video in it. I don't like. No. Let's watch a white guy spank his ass.
Nobody learned, huh? Nobody learned their
No, unacceptable.
lesson, now did they? Not one. Not one person learned their lesson from Quantum TV last year, and here we are again, repeating the exact same mistakes, the exact same problems, and the reckoning.
Alex is now a part of what I would like to call the good white people group, where I could trust them with the launch codes for the nuclear weapons. The only other white man on that list is Willie. Alex is Cuban. I don't give a fuck.
The reckoning will be swift, just, and it will come at every hand possible. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go! Welcome back to the channel, baby!
I really just only wanted to see the part where you smack his ass. Because if I gotta see that shit, you gotta see that shit. All right, I'm done eating. I can now tell you what I was eating. I was eating canes. I was eating canes. I know you all wanted to know what I was eating. I know you all cared about my food choices. I know you care so much about all my food choices. I was eating canes. It was good. It was a good decision. It was a good decision. Ain't nothing wrong with a bit of self-love. There's a lot wrong with loving yourself. You fucking narcissist. Canes. Let me find out you don't know what the fuck canes is, so I could just call you a stupid Indonesian. Bruh, just smacking. Yo, fuck. What you want me to do? Not do it? Well, that's basically asking me to not breathe. Type of shit we on. I'll be back. I don't know what Cane's is. I prefer Popeyes. I mean, everybody prefers Popeyes. I have absolutely no idea what Cane's is. All right. Think of the most unseasoned chicken tenders on the face of mankind. That's Cane's. No fucking season is worth a damn in this food, but somehow it's so fucking good. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they fucking do it. I don't know how they do that shit every fucking time. No seasonings on that shit, but it's somehow all fucking good. Got the black community by the fucking balls, bro. Got them niggas by the balls. Got them niggas objectively by the balls. I don't get it. Dollar store chicken inside an air fryer? No. I'ma say chicken tenders from Walmart, deep fried, with nothing but salt, pepper, and garlic powder on it. Got no tang to it. I put it on everything. These motherfuckers probably don't even double fry this shit. It's just terrible. It's just fucking terrible. I actually like the fried chicken from Kroger. If you shop at Kroger, you have gaps in your teeth. Not just one gap, multiple gaps. I don't make the rules. I just follow the rules. Speaking of following the rules, eventually we're going to have to start having a conversation about the consequences of having a digital footprint. Because I know seeing all these tricks and all these stupid little skits and all these stupid little stunts will have your pee-wee brain thinking, I could get away with this and nothing will happen. I'll just get a bunch of views, ergo, which will be the equivalent to a bunch of money. And I'm here to let you know, you simple-minded individual, it's not going to work out for you like that. I know you think you can operate in a poker game, but the luck of the draw will leave you with nothing but the dead man's hand. Why did I go on social media and I see on Facebook a shared post? The original is not edited. I edited this screenshot since Facebook is on one lately. What's going on at these schools? Rant. So, this is how some of the Tishomingo High School football team celebrate Spirit Week. From what I hear, they're getting a slap on the wrist. I know this is a small town, but this is coming from our young people. Generational influence. We should be beyond this. Now, anyone want to take a guess? Don't worry about guessing. I'll just show you. Now, to me, I can laugh. I can have fun laughing. There's no harm in me laughing at a couple boneheads doing bonehead activity. However, I am not the rest of the world. And the rest of the world will see something like this and be pissed off. And arguably, I could be with them because y'all are teenagers. I'm going to guess between the ages of 14 to 18. Why are you doing this? Knowing full well that it could come back to bite you in the worst way possible. You could be getting suspended. You can risk being expelled. You can risk being a victim of public humiliation because you decided to be trendy on, of all social media apps, I believe this was posted on Snapchat. You ain't even bring it to TikTok. You just put it on Snapchat. Shame on you. Shame on you for the lengths of going viral that are so desperate that you use Snapchat. But at first, apparently, from this random individual, they were getting a slap on the wrist. But because the internet is the worst place to go viral if you want to do some racist shit, it got expanded. And a bunch of people saw it, a bunch of people reacted to it, and so the school had to come out, or at least the school district, or the superintendent had to come out with a lengthy statement. This week, the Tishomingo public schools were made aware of an incident involving a small number of high school students who made an extremely poor decision by displaying a disrespectful and very inappropriate racial slur while on campus. Let me be clear. Racism and discrimination in any form will never be tolerated or accepted on our campus and is not reflective of the values of our students, school, or community. Couldn't tell based on those students. They seemed very happy about what they were doing. Our student body and staff include community members from all backgrounds, races, and religions, which is one of many aspects that makes our campus exceptional. On behalf of Tishomingo Public Schools, I want to personally express a sincere apology to our students, families, and community. As a district, the safety and security of our students, I don't know why I'm changing my voice for all this, is a high priority, and we are committed to fostering a safe and inclusive environment for everyone. We encourage anyone who witnesses or experiences inappropriate or unsafe conduct to speak up and report it to a parent, teacher, coach, administrator, or any trusted adult. We take all reports seriously and have policies and proceedings to... We take all reports seriously and have policies and procedures in place to address such behavior. We recognize the vital role of education and remain steadfast in our dedication to fostering a culture of respect, integrity, and accountability among our student body and broader community. While state and federal privacy laws prohibit me from disclosing details, please rest assured that when made aware of this incident, school administration quickly contacted parents of the students involved and took immediate disciplinary action according to our policies. I hope this swift response will underscore our district's commitment to maintaining a campus environment that is inclusive, respectful, and safe for all. We understand that school safety continues to be at the forefront on everyone's minds, and I want to reassure our students, families, and staff that TPS, Tishomingo Public Schools, takes all safety and security matters very seriously. As I shared this morning, school security will be enchained and all threats will be directed to local law enforcement. First of all, I understand that this is a black eye to your district, but why are we calling the police? All you got to do here is just go through your guidelines and decide if you about to suspend them for a week or if you about to expel them. Recognizing that events like this can lead to stress, I also encourage all students and staff to take advantage of the support of all right, blah, 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 blah. Children, youngsters, I know you all look at me as your unk. I am your favorite uncle. Do not do this dumb shit. You are embarrassing yourselves and your family by doing dumb shit like this. It's not cool. You're not funny. I mean, you is funny, but people laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. This is not something where you all gonna get a pat on the back. It's gonna lead you to get your ass whooped. And it's not gonna be favorable to you because you're gonna go home and you gonna high five all your buddies. You're gonna get a group chat. Oh, yeah, the pretty funny thing you did. Then your mama gonna come in there with that fucking strap and she gonna beat your ass and you gonna wonder, oh my God, I was just gonna do something. I was just wanting to be funny. And guess what? You failed. And now you're going to face the consequence. Whether it be you getting suspended or expelled, fuck it. I don't care. You dumb as fuck. And you play a stupid game, you're going to win a stupid fucking prize. The one thing I'm concerned about is why the fuck are they bringing up any local law enforcement? There's no reason for any of that. We don't need that. All you need is to just figure out if you're going to suspend them or expel them. And once you figure that shit out, send them on their fucking way. Like, why the fuck would you call the police for this shit? What's the purpose of calling the police for this shit? Oh my God. They're hunting me down. They're hunting me down in unison with these letters attached to their bodies. Normally this would stay in group chats. Yeah, but because everybody got so comfortable on social media, some motherfuckers just test their luck. Now I got a question. Ladies, I know I have like a 1% woman audience. Ladies, I got a question for you. Do you believe in love? And if the answer is yes, how far are you willing to go for love? Are you willing to travel? Maybe a couple hours? Are you willing to, make sure that who you love is well taken care of? Pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. Are you willing to fight for love? Ain't nothing wrong with fighting for some true love. Would you hire a fucking bounty hunter to kill your fucking man's wife? And yes, just in case any of you were wondering, it was a white woman. See, black people, we just beat the fuck out of each other. We don't hire nobody to do it. You white people just do all the crazy shit. You white people just go above and beyond and fucking get y'all point across. Shit. Fuck. Damn. That's too much. Oh my. What the hell did I come into? Oh, wait. I got a question. I got a question for you since you want to show up late. Do you believe in love? I can't do it again without laughing. Cause it's like, I ain't even show y'all the best part of the whole thing. I didn't show y'all the best part. And I'm gonna make this into a video. But she messaged the motherfucker. And I don't think it was like no website where motherfuckers just go in and there's a bunch of cops that run the website. I think this was like an actual website. She hire a motherfucker, but the motherfucker don't kill her. See, I've waited for 2 months and 11 days and the job is not complete. 2 weeks ago, you said it was being worked on and would be done in a week. The job is still not done. Does it need to be assigned to someone else? Will it be done? What's the delay? When will it be done? Shorty was so impatient. She was giving updates. He really just took that money and dipped. And you know what? I'd have did the same fucking thing. You give me 10K off rip, you not giving me 10K after I do the job, but before I do the job, oh boy, I'm gone. I'm gone, and you ain't getting that money back. I didn't even realize it was in Bitcoin. I missed this whole part right here about Bitcoin. I just saw 10K. I just saw 10. Matter of fact, let me see. Oh, I already sent this to my troublesome bunch. I sent this tomorrow. And nigga, I shit you not. The nigga was like, where the fuck do you find this shit from? The fucking New York Post. These niggas got a bunch of weird shit. But fuck it. I love it every time. All right. I'm done with the face cam. We done. You see enough. I gave you what you wanted. I gave you me. Now I get the bullshit just a little bit. And because I'm not letting these fucking falsified wannabe failures of game journalists dictate anything in regards to any game I touch, we're still discussing Assassin's Creed. I will still discuss Assassin's Creed on your fucking bodies until I'm blue in the fucking face. I don't think we belong with each other. I'm married. Don't worry, baby. Shorty said, baby, don't you worry about that ring. I'm going to put it on my finger myself. The craziest fucking part, I ain't read the rest. I'm gonna read the rest later. I want to know how she got caught. And I'm hoping, I swear on everything, I'm hoping the dude got the money and just reported her to the police. I'm gonna start crying if that fucking happened. I'm gonna have a time of my fucking life. She might have called a guy. That's even worse. Bro, no. I hope she did. Like, you know what? Fuck it. How she got caught? He said it had helped him on a hike before he moved to Alabama and married JW. The target of the hit. It needs to be random and on accident. Oh, God. I waited 2 months. Law enforcement uncovered a journal at her home listing a slew of other hitmen websites, a handwritten history of communications with the online killers market, and a stack of U.S. currency with a note attached listing a Bitcoin address. This bitch got 8 years. And gotta pay $5,000 in restitution. I believe in love, but not that much. not that much. Not that much. But all right, exposing the grift. Go woke, goeth broketh.
Last year, a science fiction film by Gareth Edwards named The Creator blew me away. The theme surrounding AI, a child savior, and a man trying
Restitution to whom? Fuck it. Pay it to the hitman you hired.
to reunite with
That way he could have $15,000 in Bitcoin.
his lost lover are not exactly new to the genre, but the film's mix of all these elements combined to formulate a refreshing and original take. In my review, I noted that the film wasn't doing well at the box office, despite pretty good reviews from critics and the audience alike.
I wish you guys would support films like this. A lot of you
Hold that thought. I'll be back. I'm back.
have told me on Twitter and otherwise that you have problems with the MCU, you have problems with like superhero movies taking over. This is one of those movies that's not that. It's an original IP. It's an original film. Why?
We got to start having conversations about how motherfuckers really don't really like the concept of watching new movies. They just like the casual spoon feed shit that they give you. They don't really like any of this shit. Because fuck, as a motherfucker who really does like to see different movies, The Creator was not something on my radar at all. Not because, oh my God, I need to go see all these other movies. Last year, I didn't really go to the movies at all. I went to go see the fucking, no, I didn't. I bootlegged the fuck out of that. So I didn't go to the movies at all in 2023. In 2024, I went to go see Bad Boy. I went to go see Deadpool. Am I a Racist? I'm going to see Joker. I'm mad that I'd have to go all the way to a whole nother city to go see them first 3 episodes of Dandadan. Because I'm impatient as a motherfucker and I don't want to wait for like another week. But fuck, man. We like to just say, oh, they're force feeding us all this casual shit. Bro, they coming out with other, matter of fact, let me see. Let me go on AMC Theaters. I'm one of them motherfuckers that got the AMC movie app. Was Am I a Racist movie good? Good on what metric? It was funny. Oh, I need to go see this Transformers movie. I keep seeing motherfuckers talk about that. I might go see Beetlejuice. Fuck Batman. I might go see The Killer's Game. And that might be it. What's the coming soon movies? Fuck that Mufasa movie. I need to watch these Venom movies before I go see Venom Last Dance. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 dropping. Need to go see that. They got that Santa Claus movie called Red One. I might go fuck with that. It's a lot of good fucking, to me, yeah, a lot of good promising movies that are coming out. The 20th anniversary of Howl's Moving Castle. Might just go say fucking and see that. Wait a minute. Joker, what's the name of the Joker movie? Joker Fleur de Lis? That's not what it is. It's Folie à Deux. What the fuck? They got like an early screening. That shit in a whole nother city, man. Fuck. Why not just have it closer to me? Why not have it closer to me? Ah, fuck it.
Why is this movie not doing numbers at the box office? But you complain and say, hey, all these remakes and reboots and blockbusters and superhero movies, but then the original movies get made and nobody goes to see them.
The film's protagonist and his love interest, a black man and an Asian woman, respectively, are relatively unique in
Woke DI. That's what they say. Am I a true, like, am I an anti-woke? It's woke DI, baby. Woke DI.
big Hollywood productions, something I took note of in my own review of the film, mainly because I've been writing my own story featuring those same demographics. If you ask any of the media grifters or their parrots why that movie failed, you'll likely come away with stuff like this.
Before you know it, Taylor and his team are deep behind enemy lines and manage to get their hands on the weapon, which turns out to be an android in the shape of a small girl. A girl who's the key to everything, if you will. Yes, it's one of those movies.
All right, to be fair, Drinker's review of The Creator is pretty fair. He gets some things wrong, like equating the themes of this film to being a copy of Edward's previous film, Rogue One. Star Wars, as stated by Lucas himself, is an homage to the Vietnam War.
You did something very interesting with Star Wars, if you think about it. The good guys are the rebels. They're using asymmetric warfare against a highly organized empire. I think we call those guys terrorists today. We call them Mujahideen, we call them Al-Qaeda.
When I did it, they were Viet Cong.
Exactly. So where you think...
Is George Lucas still alive? Like, is Buddy, like, still on this earth kicking? Because I don't really hear too much from Brody. I think Brody just be kicked up with his feet up, not worry about nothing except getting his pay. preaching.
Thinking of that at the time?
So, you know, we're fighting the largest empire in the world.
Right.
And we're just a bunch of hayseeds and coonskin hats that don't know nothing.
That's right.
And it was the same thing with the Vietnamese.
Yep.
The irony of that one is, in both of those, the little guys won.
Right.
And the big, highly technical empire.
The English Empire.
According to these grifters, anything new is woke, but they refuse to engage with the conversation because they sound foolish. A lot of motherfuckers do engage with the conversation, but a lot of motherfuckers ignore the real depth the conversation could have because it's more lucrative to say it's just woke than, you know, they're able to print like a nice chunk of change off of that. Which I ain't mad at. It's just, look, y'all can go have them conversations over there. I actually want to know why a movie kind of bombing. I kind of want to see a lot of motherfucking creative ideas shine. Like, I don't like, see, the only way I would want like a company to fail is if it houses a bunch of fucking beliefs in it that are disastrously bad for the ongoing population. Like, if you a bunch of rapists trying to make a fucking movie, I do want to see y'all fucking fail. Like, I do want to see y'all fucking fail. He's 80, let him rest. I mean, I'm not saying he gotta go right back to movie making. If that motherfucker cool, then let him cool. Like, I'm not about to say he should come back and he should make this thing for me. No. Just go ahead and like this. Let's sit back and chill. Rich and on retirement, well, that's good. I'm happy for him. Let him stay old and wrinkly and you know for an 80-year-old, this motherfucker look like he pushing 60. You know, that's that evil skin. It's yummy.
The English Empire, the American Empire, lost.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
Strangely, Drinker mentions the Vietnam War and how this film fits that mold, but he somehow doesn't realize that Rogue One also fits the Vietnam War comparison, and that's likely why the creator feels familiar. But I digress. Drinker's review of this movie is totally fine, and I agree with a lot of what he says. But did you notice the problem he had with a girl being the key to everything? This is the problem, and how he and others like him teach people to view media. They will couch anti-woke talking points into otherwise reasonable discourse, which allows the pill to go down easier. When complaints about demographics are repeated over and over, the illusory truth effect takes over, and this attitude proliferates and spreads like a virus. Look at what people who definitely consume this type of media analysis thought of the creator. You might think I've been unfair to the critical drinker recently. I want you to keep that in mind when you look at these comments made by people who have the benefit of sharing their real opinions because they can hide behind their anonymity. Look at just how uncanny some of these posts are to Drinker's own oft-repeated words. Similar to Drinker's position on the people the Riddler killed in The Batman, this person thinks every white person in the movie is a villain, but that's just not true, as the protagonist's friend is white, and he literally dies trying to help him. One of the film's recurring antagonists is an Indian. But it gets worse. On that same page, you see people expressing sentiments such as wishing for 100% white casts and no minority groups, and that...
And those are the fucking people I choose to ignore. When motherfuckers go this route, like, I don't respect your critique. I don't respect your opinion. It's just you basically want a minority hire, but it's like your group. And I hate to bring it to you, but there are stories that you can tell with a white guy or girl being a villain. There's stories you could tell with a black guy or a black girl being the fucking villain. And anyone who says they can't be villains in any capacity, they should shut the fuck up. They should shut the fuck up. Because your conversation to what's going on is unproductive. It's unproductive, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Never have children, because your children would be stupider than you.
The film is woke exclusively because the main actor is black. This is the legacy of people like The Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, and Geeks and Gamers, because these people are looking to be offended and looking for the idea that all the white characters are evil. This is the exact sentiment Will Jordan teaches people to look for in his videos, and that's why his comments on the girl being the key to everything stands out. So when these media grifters express ideas like go woke, go broke, you can bet these ideas will take root and become a part of the psyche of these parrots. So today, let's examine...
I forgot you play this fucking game, and if you go in the water and you stay in there too fucking long, you fucking drown.
...the veracity of go woke, go broke.
I hope in this video he says the key fucking line. Anyone complain about historical accuracy, your point is immediately fucking derailed and debunked. I hope, I'd love it. I'm gonna pre if that's the case, you know? I'm gonna pre.
This could potentially be one of the most important get woke, go broke situations we have seen. So we are talking about Colin Kaepernick and Nike.
Bro, Colin Kaepernick wasn't even protesting. He was T-boying. God, fuck, did nobody notice? Fuck, he was T-bowing. Did nobody notice that's what he was doing? The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm playing NCAA and fucking I forgot he used to do that. He used to just fucking have his head down on one knee. Niggas call that shit T-boy. And I'm like, oh, that's what Colin Kaepernick was doing. No harm, no foul.
Just revealed that he is the face of its Just Do It campaign. If that is not a social justice, political pandering move, I don't know what is. At face value, this is one of the dumbest moves I have ever seen by a company. I can't believe it.
Now, I don't know when this became like a thing, but the real worst move I've ever seen by a fucking company, that fucking company that what was it, Balenciaga? That that had that fucking campaign with the kid with like a strapped up fucking bear. Yeah, that was the worst fucking campaign. That was the worst fucking campaign. Just so y'all know.
I don't know what they're thinking. It's hilarious and it's also like face palming at the same time.
In a previous video, I did what grifters and parrots could not do and correctly defined the word woke. In short, it is Black American slang that means to be socially conscious and aware of racial prejudice. It has a broader meaning that is related, but for the sake of brevity, that is the actual definition of woke. And this, of course, means that if what those people on Reddit said were true, they would be considered woke, as they have identified and are aware of racial prejudice against white people in these movies. Obviously, this is not the way in which parrots and grifters use this term, and as they are incredibly shy about defining the word as they themselves are using it, like Kang Min Lee when I pulled his card on Twitter and he ran like the little bitch he is, I'll have to define it for them. Woke, as the right wing use the term, describes diversity and attitudes that are in support of diversity and progressive politics. That usually means anything that is not straight, white, and or male. And that last part is strange given that right-wing women tend to use the word too, but I digress. So then it follows that when they say go woke, go broke, they're saying that the inclusion of non-white, non-male, and or queer people and their issues will cause a business or piece of media to fail financially. I believe I have successfully steelmanned their argument, so now let's melt it to the ground. First of all, the assertion that companies go broke by going woke is not supported by empirical evidence. On the contrary, many
and I do love when they bring up Disney. Like when these motherfuckers bring up Disney and then Disney has exceeded I'm not letting it fucking slide that you motherfuckers would tell me watch some dumb fuck like Tim Pool and I gotta fucking listen to this motherfucker say, oh, well, Disney's numbers are down financially. And then he reads the article and they were up past Disney's own expectations. And he just has to go, oh. Not letting y'all forget that that's what y'all tried to subjugate me with. A bunch of burr. You hear me? Burr. Burr.
Companies that adopt progressive, inclusive policies experience sustained or greater financial success and positive public perception. Nike featured Colin Kaepernick in an ad in 2018, and although it was controversial, Nike saw sales grow by 31% the next weekend, and its stock reached an all-time high within weeks. Apple is very obviously committed to inclusivity and diversity, and it remains the most valuable company on earth. Netflix has diversity initiatives, and
Clownfish TV is pretty good. No, they're not.
Well, I think this chart speaks for itself. Needless to say, there are countless examples of companies that
Sorry, I just had to dumb that shit down for you real fast, but no, they're not.
adopting progressive policies, and the terminally online but loud minority that espouse this mantra have no idea what they're talking about. But you're probably thinking, well, those aren't movies. What about movies? And I was thinking,
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Crazy Rich Asians, one of the few major Hollywood films with an all-Asian cast.
Oh, I loved Crazy Rich Asians. I loved Crazy Rich Asians. And that shit was so fucking... Oh,
Cast, budget of $30 million, grossed $238 million. Get Out, a film focused exclusively on how white people use black people for their own aims, budget of $4.5 million, grossed $255 million.
I feel like he might bring this up, but I'll bring it up just in case he doesn't. A lot of motherfuckers talk themselves into a corner with that line of logic. What they really are too chicken shit to say is they're fine with this shit as long as it's good. They're fine with this shit if it's good. Like, if you got a movie that's fucking like, I guess in their eyes, anti-white, but it's good, they're not gonna bitch. But if it's bad, they're gonna point to that specifically as the reason why it's bad. Get Out didn't come out as woke to me. Is that because you just watched the movie and enjoyed it or hated it? Now, imagine before you saw it, you had 10 different motherfuckers who've never made a creative thing in their life tell you this shit's woke. Would you go into that movie thinking something a little different? Would you go into it thinking the same? The issue isn't diversity, it's forced diversity. I would argue if we're going based off of the definition set by a bunch of motherfuckers, Get Out is forced diversity. But again, it comes down to, is it good or not? If it's good, no one's going to care. If it's bad, that's the first thing motherfuckers are going to bring up. I'm going to need y'all niggas to rewatch Get Out. And also, the forced diversity thing also doesn't stick.
They're
the
eating
amount of
the
shit,
cats. They're eating the pets.
I love the fact that motherfuckers, I love the fact that I get to hear my alerts on occasion. It's a good thing. It's a good thing when I get to hear my alerts. It excites me, it thrills me. Little Mermaid wasn't even forced diversity. It was just a bunch of motherfuckers bitching, oh my God, they got a nigger as a mermaid. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? That had no consequence nor detriment to that movie at all. Like none. That played no factor into that movie. That's just a money grab that they wanted, and it worked. That shit worked to its highest maximum. And nobody was able to fucking come up with a reason otherwise as to why that couldn't work. Oh my God, they're indoctrinating. Who? Who are they indoctrinating? Little girls into believing they princesses? Well, I got some bad news for you about the legacy of Disney as a whole, because that's what they've been doing. Oh, to believe in yourselves? Again, bad news for y'all. And also, maybe I'm just the cynical bastard, but this shit is fake. There are no white or black mermaids. But my childhood, I don't give a fuck about a 50-year-old's childhood. It ain't even for you. This is not related, but Taylor Swift told motherfuckers to go out and register to vote while also telling them she's voting for Kamala. Why did I see buku wine moms get on social media and say, we're not doing this. I'm canceling my tickets to the Taylor Swift concert. I'm looking like, all right, your daughter gonna hate you later in life, but that's your problem. Hope you figure it out. Thank you for the quality streams. Well, I try. I'm gonna be streaming later the fucking Sony showcase, but I'm gonna do that on Twitch. And if you don't care about that, I'll clip it and put it on YouTube later. You know? I'll clip that and put it on YouTube for you. And fuck, I'll give you a prediction. I want Sly Cooper 5. I won't get it, but that's what I want. I want Sly Cooper 5. I'm not gonna get that at all, but I want Sly Cooper 5. Everybody else gets to make a bullshit prediction, or they get to fucking make YouTube videos about their bullshit predictions. Fuck it, I want Sly Cooper 5. I disagree. It was forced diversity. Well, you're fucking wrong because the movie made money. So you can go ahead and be wrong about that one.
Zootopia, an animated film with themes about prejudice, stereotypes, and inclusion. Budget of $150 million, grossed $1 billion.
You see how he's doing the same thing I'm doing, which is proving the point that even with your forced diversity, movies could still fucking make money.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, a film about the welfare of animals and constructing the perfect race, which also features a character that is gender swapped and a character that is race swapped. Budget of $250 million, grossed $846 million.
Does anyone get it yet? He's saying it more calm than I would. I have to beat it into you motherfuckers that your points don't really fucking stand on any water because you got them from somebody else with no standing of doing any research to actually book in those fucking points at all.
In Figures, a historical film depicting the black women that helped send man to the moon. Budget of $25 million, gross of $236 million. Barbie, an obviously feminist film that features a transgender Barbie. Budget of $145 million and a gross of $1.4 billion.
So like, at any point, y'all motherfuckers might just want to stop arguing with me about that. I keep beating y'all. Y'all might want to stop. Now I'm going to just start getting other people to beat y'all for me.
Wonder Woman, a film about the feminist icon with themes of female empowerment. Budget of $149 million, gross of $824 million.
Oh, show me Wonder Woman 2. What was the movie? What was the fucking standpoint in Wonder Woman 2? Why do we need a Toy Story 5? I would argue we shouldn't have even gotten a Toy Story 4, but I saw the movie. I semi-liked the movie. I would have preferred if this shit just ended with Toy Story 3. However, a lot of people don't get what they want. So, fuck. Was the movie about a transgender Barbie? I don't fucking know. Somebody who watched Barbie? Was the movie about a transgender Barbie? If the answer is yes, then there's your answer. If the answer is no, well then, was this a character that was prominently featured in the movie? And even still, I will make the argument that to some individuals, all you need is the fucking inclusion of one of these types of characters just for motherfuckers to be like, woke garbage.
Black Panther and its sequel, I think you get the point. If
Black Panther's sequel was not good.
Go broke.
To me, and I feel like the reason it wasn't good to me was because it had to fucking have that really massive weight on its back that was Chadwick Boseman's death. Like that massive fucking weight on its back is what kind of made it kind of just like I'm watching this and like the whole time I'm just like you know how when Stan Lee died, the next like major Marvel movie had buku fucking cameos of him like in the opening credits? Like in the opening Marvel cinematic, it was just all Stan Lee. Imagine that, but like a full movie where it's just the whole time you thinking of somebody who died. Like that's kind of why Black Panther 2 is kind of bad for me. Like otherwise, like it was a serviceable fucking movie. Like it was decent. But it's just like this one fucking thing is the most obvious, glaring fucking thing about this movie that I just can't get over.
Or even remotely true, all those films would have failed, and yet they're successes, and I can name many, many more. Usually the response to this is to name the same small handful of films that are exceptions to the rule, like
Ahsoka, it was not most likely due to stuff out of the studio's control. It was completely out of the studio's control. The man died. That is completely out of the studio's control. That man died. That movie would have been a lot better with him in it, but because he wasn't, and they had to either say fuck it and recast him, or fuck it and just put somebody else in the mantle. That was a drastic fucking thing they had to figure out, and they had to figure it out fast. And it's like, all right, Shuri got it. It's somewhat comic accurate. His son gonna end up getting it. All right, cool. All right, cool. I ain't gonna lie. The end of the movie, I ain't no shame in me saying the end of the movie made me cry. I ain't got no shame in that game. Like, I just got shame in the fact that the movie really wasn't up to snuff enough. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be great, but I just couldn't get over that one glaring fucking hang up. Wasn't for that glaring fucking hang up, probably would have enjoyed the movie a little bit more. Just a little bit more. But I couldn't do it. I just couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't bring myself to fucking enjoy the movie in full capacity. And I probably should have, but fuck, man, this is just so glaring. It's just so glaring. In a movie they replayed Black Panther and T'Challa. No shit. Delay the movie and tie it into the multiverse? No. That's the last. Am I the only? I'm probably not the only one. The multiverse shit could have been good if everything wasn't really tied to that shit. And what's gonna irk the fuck out of me is if they do Secret Wars, be prepared for 80% of that movie to be cameo. That movie is going to be 80% cameo if they do Secret Wars. It's just, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to see all that fucking cameo. Like, of course, the fucking nerd in me is going to be like, oh my God, I know that character. Because that's exactly what the fuck happened with Deadpool. Deadpool had all them fucking cameos in it. I'm like, oh. The fucking the movie theater went nuts where everybody saw Blade. And I'm like, It was good. It was a fun day. It's a fun day. Go and see that movie. But I don't think I went to go see that shit in the afternoon. That was a fun little afternoon. Just quiet. Well, it wasn't quiet. I was in a theater full of a lot of sweaty, white, fat men. Just fat men. Did you like Ant-Man 3? Bold of you to assume that I watch any Ant-Man movie. Listen, I'm not these corporate shills. I only watch what I enjoy or what I know I'm going to enjoy. I did not watch any of those fucking Marvel movies that set up Endgame and the one before Endgame. None. You know what I watched? I watched Civil War and all the Spider-Man movies. And I guarantee you, from watching those and watching Endgame, I could tell you the setup for all the other movies. Watch this. Tell me if I'm fucking wrong. It's clear as fucking day that the main motherfuckers are like Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, the one with the arrow, and the girl. And maybe that what they call that the red motherfucker. What his name is? Vision. And it's clear that they probably had a bunch of fucking movies to set them up and set them teaming up. And if I'm supposed to go based off the gimmick of these Marvel movies that I have seen, there's probably some end credit scene where Thanos was like, I'm coming to Earth. And the motherfucker finally showed the fuck up. And then they fought him and lost, and then they fought him again and beat him. R-Truth recreated the Shannon Sharp incident? Yeah. Vision only had 1 or 2 movies. I'm not hearing I'm wrong. I don't see nobody saying I'm wrong. So even if I ain't got this shit down to its most minute detail, I'm somewhere in the ballpark. And it's like, I don't want to watch none of that shit. Just give me Spider-Man. I don't watch anything with Spider-Man in it. I'm not going to watch his extended universe because Morbius sucks. Spider-Man got a lineup of fucking characters that movie-wise, uninteresting. Madam Web, uninteresting. Morbius, uninteresting. Venom seemed, like, from what I've seen, because I've never watched any of the Venom movies, because I just couldn't respect the premise of them doing Venom without Spider-Man in it. But I keep hearing that the movies are good, so I might have to just swallow my pride and watch the movies. I keep hearing that Venom's good, so I might have to watch these other 2 movies and then go see this third one, depending. But that's depending. Venom was funny. Morbius was worse than Madam Web. I could believe it. Venom is good. Venom and Carnage is pretty good. Venom 3 is the last one. I remember when the team up movie of all the Spider-Man came out, and then I think like the next movie that was like Spider-Verse related kind of hinted that the Spider-Man that would potentially deal with that Venom was Andrew Garfield, and I'm just like, oh fuck. They really about to give these motherfuckers Andrew Garfield in his Venom suit. Have you watched DC movies? I'd rather cut my balls off and eat them. I don't think y'all know this about me. I don't give a fuck. Batman sucks. He does not belong on the Walk of Fame, and I am staging an old-fashioned mutiny. I rebuke this. I do not want him on the Walk of Fame. That's akin to me being hanged by white people.
Like Ghostbusters, Charlie's Angels, and The Marvels, strangely. This is a form of confirmation bias, where these people ignore all the successful so-called woke movies, only to constantly bring up the few that bomb.
That is true, but those movies did bomb, and they bombed because of a really bad fucking story and an arguable issue regarding trying to market to a target audience. And overall, the plots were boring.
Aware of why the public didn't connect with those films.
Leon is a Superman fan. I'm going to say this slow. I am a Danny Phantom fan before I am a Superman fan. I am a Static Shock fan before I am a Superman fan. I am a Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, Morbius fan before I am a Superman fan. I do not like any of the fucking DC world except for one motherfucker, Joker.
And always attributing it to so-called wokeness, which of course doesn't make any sense because that implies wokeness is what makes...
This dude was listing a lot of movies that aren't woke. On whose metric? Yours? Because the difference between what you think is woke and the motherfuckers he's talking about they call anything woke, you'll come to find out there's a problem here. Because you can absolutely think none of these movies are woke. But are you one of the YouTubers that are bitching about things being woke? Because Barbie definitely got bitched at about being woke feminist propaganda.
Movies fail, and I just gave you movies with so-called woke themes that were massive successes. To wrap this all up, no one is suggesting that a so-called woke film has never failed. The problem is the idea of go woke, go broke implies that woke things always fail, and that just isn't supported by the evidence and is in fact refuted by it. I mean, the little rhyme isn't go woke, go broke sometimes, now is it? Now that the idea that something being woke inherently means it'll fail has been debunked, I want to shift gears to what types of properties are considered woke. One of my favorite examples of something being woke is the idea that a woman cannot fight a man. To be clear, I hold this position, that a woman will very likely lose a fight to a man. However, when I'm saying it is in reference to reality. When media grifters say it, well, I'll let you hear it for yourself.
One of the most tedious and embarrassing...
No, bring up Tim Pool! Play the Tim Pool. I have you not shown the Tim Pool clip where this motherfucker was like, "Ooh, it's unrealistic for a fucking video game character where you pull out RPGs from your ass. It's somehow realistic for them to beat up a man." You missed it. You fucking could have laid the hammer down easily on this fucking douche nozzle. That's how you could have did it right there. You could have derailed any fucking point. Because when motherfuckers be like, "Oh my God, I hate all this woke shit. It's unrealistic for a man to fucking lose a fight to a woman," in a video game where the whole premise is doing the most unrealistic shit possible to be a psychopath who runs the neighborhood. Okay.
Embarrassing aspects of modern movies is watching a 100-pound actor.
Most movies just suck. Fuck, you can say that. I'd be with you on that one. Because guess what? At the end of it all of this shit is just everybody's fucking opinion. What you think sucks, I guarantee you there's at least 50 motherfuckers who will say, "I liked it." And you can't just sit there and disregard their fucking opinion just because it's not yours. All of this shit comes down to fucking a bunch of opinions, whether if you agree with it or not.
Actress plowing through a series of extremely accommodating stuntmen twice her size because the writers mistakenly believe that the only way for a character to be strong is through feats of actual physical strength. Because after all, how can a woman possibly be equal to a man if she's not as physically capable as him?
If she's in the kit.
The problem is, you're always going to have a tough time selling a fight between a man and a woman on screen for obvious reasons. Men are generally bigger, stronger and more robust, with denser and heavier bones, stronger muscles, broader shoulders, longer limbs and superior upper body strength.
I don't give a fuck that Batman met Static Shock. Fuck Batman. Static Shock should be able to electrocute that motherfucker heart out. Straight like that.
Add all of that stuff together and you've got a huge advantage when it comes to the application.
Did you see the Borderland movie? This would be my third time telling you I only see movies that I would enjoy. I don't look at video game movies with any type of respect.
Of physical violence.
But I have touched the video games, and from what I played, I enjoyed.
The problem is that this reality doesn't gel too well with the modern Hollywood ideology that men and women are exactly the same at everything. So how do they get around it, you might ask? Do they carefully structure and choreograph male-female fight scenes to have the woman make clever use of her environment, the element of surprise, or improvised weapons to even the odds? Do they hire large, physically imposing actresses who actually look like they could take on a fully grown man? Or do they say, "Fuck it, we'll just pretend that size and strength doesn't matter anymore"? I think you know the answer already. The point I'm making here is that all of these attempts to push female characters as the physical equals of men comes across more like envious wish fulfillment or spiteful revenge fantasies rather than believable character traits that fit naturally into a well-rounded story. More often than not, it's the writers pushing their own desires and personal ideology into the script rather than trying to tell a compelling story that resonates with audiences. Now, none of this is to say that it's impossible for a woman to beat a man in a fight. Of course it is. The differences between them aren't that huge, but it has to be carefully thought out and implemented.
Also, fuck Mulan live action. I don't understand why people even give live action Disney remakes a chance. Like, I know why Disney does it is so that they could extend the use of their fucking IP. But fuck, just let that shit die if that's the fucking case, because this shit ain't working out too well.
To make it look believable on screen. Sarah Connor was an awesome kick-ass fighter in Terminator 2, but the film never tries to pretend that she's bigger or stronger than the men around her. Instead, she uses weapons, the environment, surprise ambushes, threats, and hostage taking to even the odds. And it works. You believe that she could actually accomplish the things she does, and the natural result is that you buy into her character more.
On its face, that take seems quite reasonable, and a lot of what the cynical grifter says does sound quite reasonable. Wouldn't be a successful grift if it didn't. But then you take into account that the films he's referring to are not based on reality, like his Sicario example is. He's showing footage from films like Mulan and Captain Marvel, and that should be a red flag for anyone that's paying attention. Mulan is a mythical character, and her story is a Chinese legend that isn't meant to be taken as actual history. Her live-action film is full of wire fu and features a phoenix, a creature that doesn't exist in reality. That film is full.
Yes. Now please tie it into Assassin's Creed, because a lot of this shit ain't real. Did you like Borderlands 3 story? I don't even know what Borderland I played. I just know I was walking around shooting shit. I couldn't tell you which one I played.
Full of exaggerated choreography and can't be used as an example of representation.
Leon ready to watch Mufasa? I will actually... You know what? I'm boycotting. I'm going to stand right outside AMC and I'm going to say, cancel this movie. Why? Because fuck live action Lion King iterations. I am upset. I am staging one of my world famous mutinies because I don't fucking favor this shit. You did watch the Sonic movies? Nope. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't watch the Sonic movie. Is because I was too fucking lazy to show up and go to the movies. And now that this is being brought up, where can I watch these Sonic movies? Because I do need to watch them. Because I do want to see Shadow, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go see Shadow, you know what I'm saying? I saw the trailer for the third movie, but I ain't never watched the first or the second one. And motherfucker be like, why the fuck didn't you watch this shit? Because I didn't fucking care. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though they fixed it, that first trailer of that fucking game, that fucking movie where he looked like a real live action rat, boy, that shit turned me the fuck off of that movie. I could watch it on Hulu. I could watch it. I could watch them on Paramount. Well, I know what I might do tonight. I might watch this shit tonight. I might watch this shit tonight. Might make me some food and then kick my feet up on my sofa and then just fucking watch me some Sonic. The first Sonic movie is on Netflix. What the fuck did I say? I love when motherfuckers tell me some other shit not akin to what the fuck I said. See, you motherfuckers like getting yelled at. You motherfuckers is victims. You like being berated. That's y'all fucking problem. You know that? You know that? You know that about yourself? You know that about yourself, motherfucker? Because you know where else you can watch this shit? On fucking Paramount, like I fucking said. Oh my God, they got Fanboy and Chum Chum on here. Oh my God, they got Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. Man, fuck Sonic. They got El Tigre. Fuck Sonic. I know what else I'm gonna watch. Yeah. Fuck Sonic. Never mind. I'm not watching that shit. I know what I'm really about to watch. Oh, yeah. This is the type of shit I'm talking about.
Presenting males and females accurately. I mean, accepting these people literally flying, but not her being able to take on a dude in a sword fight is actual cognitive dissonance. Hell, her cartoon has the same kind of exaggerated fight scenes where she takes on a much larger male character, disarms him with a fan, staggers him with a kick to the face, and leg sweep.
Niggas didn't want to bring that part up. Oh, wait. Motherfuckers will see that shit and be like, oh, that's a cartoon. So you find with unrealistic shit in a cartoon, but a live action, man, eventually y'all gonna understand why I don't really listen to y'all and y'all takes about movies. Eventually it's gonna click. It ain't gonna click now because y'all still come up with these excuses for this shit. Eventually it's gonna click. And when it do, I'll fucking greet you with open arms and just look you in the face and be like, told you, dumbass.
And sure, you might suggest that this is a cartoon, but so is the live action film. It's cartoony on purpose, and its goal is to simply reflect the series of legendary poems that speak of Hua Mulan, to expect realism.
Speaking of which, I watched Kung Fu Panda 4 recently, like a month ago. Y'all motherfuckers lied. That movie, I ain't gonna say y'all, but motherfuckers lied. That movie was fucking sweet. That movie was fucking sweet. Should they have made it? Probably not. I feel like they could have wrapped that shit up at Kung Fu Panda 2, really. But, you know, it is be how it be. The way I'd rank them, from top to bottom, 2, 1, 3, 4. That's how I rank them. Matter of fact, no, 2, 1, 4, 3. Because I thought 4 was better than 3. I really had it in my mind that 4 was better than 3. It seemed better. I might have to rewatch. No, I didn't. I don't have to rewatch 3. I rewatched all the movies to fucking get excited for Kung Fu Panda 4 being on Peacock.
Here makes little sense. Captain Marvel is a strange example because she literally exists in a universe with Captain America. And if you don't know why that's strange, consider this. Look at an MMA fight where two equally trained men square off, and it's usually them respecting each other's space, taking shots when they can, and often ends up in a grapple where these men are locked in a long struggle against the other's strength. Now imagine just one more guy in the ring while these two are grappling. Whoever the extra guy attacks is done for. But Captain America in an elevator can somehow take out 10 highly trained men who already have him in a grapple, are tasing him, and have one of his arms disabled, yet you find this believable enough to not complain about it. Captain Marvel is stronger than Captain America, and this guy can curl a helicopter somehow. We are talking about a universe where nothing is realistic anymore, so why does she even show up in this section of the video? And of course, he busts out the Sarah Connor deflection, as I said these people tend to do. Strangely, he finds her attacking and disabling multiple male security guards as believable, going so far as to claim she's using her environment and being tricky, while including this scene where she has Earl Bowen's character in an arm lock with a syringe to his neck. Linda Hamilton is 5'5" and barely 112 pounds in this scene. There are dumbbells heavier than her, and yet she has the 5'11", 200-pound Earl Bowen in an arm lock he could easily maneuver out of before she could even push that syringe. Somehow, this all makes more sense than the superhero Captain Marvel and the legendary Hua Mulan in a Wire Fu movie. And the media grifters brought these up as examples that would go broke because they'd gone woke. Captain Marvel defied this mantra pretty handily, and Mulan was released during the pandemic when most theaters were closed. It literally doesn't count. Let's pause for a second.
I think even with shit coming out during a pandemic, it still count. I feel like it does still kind of count. You can't sit here and just pretend like, oh, we don't need these random outliers. They still kind of count.
And then talk about money. After all, that's what go broke is in reference to. One thing I consistently see online is that when a property makes more money than the anti-woke crowd expected, they almost always attempt to bring up marketing costs and inflation. The former can be a real issue, while the latter is a laughable reach that speaks to how desperate these people can get in their crusade.
Play the Tim Pool clip. Play the Tim Pool clip. Please. I'm begging. I didn't pre-watch this. I'm begging this motherfucker to play the Tim Pool clip. Tim Pool really tried to say Disney lost money and then read a fucking article where they exceeded their expectations. The Little Mermaid, which earned $569 million at the worldwide box office, breaks the record on Disney Plus as one of the most viewed Disney movie premieres, garnering 16 million views in its first 5 days of streaming, which counteracts any fucking point made by you dumb motherfuckers that this shit was a flop. Just because you didn't like it don't mean it's a flop. Operate past your own random biases.
Against diversity. I mean, inflation isn't an argument at all because the budget was also affected by inflation. So let's quickly talk about marketing costs for films. Movie studios are spending entirely too much on marketing. We have quickly spoken about marketing costs for films. In all seriousness, a film's marketing has the potential to make or break a film, and arguably has about the same effect as a star director being attached to a film. You hear Nolan, you probably get up and go. You hear M. Night Shyamalan, that trailer better bang. Trailers are what sell movies, and this is why a lot of the film's marketing budget is focused here. When you get to be the size of Disney, that marketing spills over into toys and advertising deals with fast food companies, for example. So, minus a star director or a huge movie star attached, a film's trailer is usually what's going to determine if people show up, and what the folks that say go woke, go broke don't seem to account for is that films with really bad trailers and marketing are the ones that fail at the box office, at almost a 1-to-1 correlation. So, then it stands to reason that films that didn't or couldn't advertise like, say, Barbie could, will very likely not make a lot of money. Hence, something like The Marvels, which couldn't properly be marketed due to the union strike that did not end until after the film released. Films that have compelling marketing strategies speak for themselves. One of the wokest movies of all time, Get Out, also has one of the most successful budget to box office ratios in history, taking a paltry $4.5 million to produce, yet made $255 million at the box office, a 57 times return on investment. The Marvels made slightly less money than this at $206 million, but face issues related to the strike of 2023. So really, the lesson here isn't go woke, go broke. It's spend money stupidly, along with not being able to effectively advertise, make less money in return. And I know that isn't a cute little rhyme, but it actually reflects reality. Interestingly, I think we're coming up on another example that will prove this mantra wrong. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mean, look at the pre-order data. And
Assassin's Creed Shadows is currently the number one on bestsellers list for PS5 games on Amazon Japan, but I thought the Japan people didn't like the game. I was told that the Japan people didn't like the game. My sources tell me that the Japan people were not favorable to this fucking game at all. You know, because you pulled up a couple videos of motherfuckers not being okay with the game, which means all Japan people are not favoring the game. Right. Right.
And while I think pre-ordering games is a silly, archaic practice that no longer should be a thing in this digital world, I do think it sheds light on this
Number 6 in the US, number 1 in the UK, number 1 in Germany, number 2 in France. Now, eventually, we're going to have to see the chickens come home to roost on this one. And I want this shit compared to other games. But right now, Assassin's Creed has the potential to be a financial success. Maybe. Who knows? Time will be the ultimate teller of such a thing. I'm not going to make no certain guarantees. But what I will say is the random hate boner for Assassin's Creed, wildly not correct. Not addressing any real points and fixating on the slowest of points. Why? Because it's better to be slow than to actually do a little bit of legwork to prove your fucking point about why something could be bad. For example, I think Assassin's Creed is gonna fucking suck, primarily because the gameplay is going to be clunky as all motherfucking hell. Its story beats are not really gonna hit as hard as they used to. The controls are going to be stiff. And overall, it's just gonna be a fucking wide-spaced, good-looking game with a lot of clunkiness in it. Now you listen to other motherfuckers who call themselves credible, they will sit here and say, oh my God, they're disrespecting Japanese lore. This isn't historically accurate. Ignoring that this is an entire franchise based upon the most non-historically accurate shit on the face of the earth. And when you tell me that you're mad about historical accuracy in this video game, you're telling me that you're ignoring every foundation of this game's core premise of taking even the slightest historical thing and over-exaggerating the fuck out of it, which is what Assassin's Creed has done since the beginning.
Topic in particular.
I don't know. You tell me what's realistic. Fighting Pegasus or working for a company where you go to sleep and you're in your ancestors' subconscious controlling everything that they do. Now you tell me what's realistic about that one. And then when you struggle to fucking answer that, then you could just admit I was right.
Particular. So let's talk about Yasuke. First of all, Yasuke was a real human that existed in Japan during the Sengoku period. He was written about by Jesuit missionaries, specifically the Portuguese Luís Freud, who documented most of what we know about Nobunaga and Yasuke's relationship in the book Historia de Japão, and the Italian Alessandro Valignano, the man who literally brought Yasuke to Japan back in 1581. Luís wrote about Yasuke performing feats of strength, up to and including sumo matches, and in this 17th century painting, the Sumo Urakuzu Byobu depicts an African man performing sumo, which is almost assuredly a depiction of Yasuke, as there are no other known African figures in Japan during this time period. So without a doubt, Yasuke existed. As for him being a samurai, he, without a doubt, was. We know he was a retainer. In 16th century feudal Japan, retainers that were in a militaristic or security role were samurai. Being that Yasuke was the bodyguard of Nobunaga, as written by Luís Freud, this places him as a part of the Bushi. You may recognize this word as being the root word for Bushido, or the way of the warrior, a code of ethics followed by samurai. I could stop there, as that satisfies the requirement for someone to be considered a samurai, but Freud also wrote that Nobunaga gifted Yasuke a katana, which in that time period was highly significant, as it conferred not just the right to bear arms, but also signified a form of social elevation within samurai hierarchy. All of this is why Yasuke has appeared in many Japanese-created media properties where he is depicted as a warrior, such as Omega Force's Samurai Warriors 5, and Team Ninja's Neo as the Obsidian Samurai, or the Black Samurai. So Ubisoft depicting Yasuke is not only accurate to history, this has already been done before. When presented with this evidence, grifters and their parrots switched to a new talking point, that this being the first Assassin's Creed game set in Japan, the playable character should be Japanese. When pointed out to them that there are two playable characters, one of them a Japanese woman who is very likely going to be the assassin of Assassin's Creed Shadows, they are left again scrambling for excuses to hide their obvious racism. But, like I mentioned before, those that are able to hide behind anonymity reveal exactly what the grifters are too pussy to admit. So we'll see. I predict that this game will sell pretty well and will inevitably be review bombed on Metacritic, but it will be yet another example why go woke, go broke is just wishful thinking from the loud minority on the internet, and they will have found something else to be making that false claim about by then.
Oh no, a black samurai on the new Assassin's Creed? Japanese here, sit your white ass down. So I was scrolling on Instagram and saw this post. I went to the comment field and there were a lot of white men saying that this is cultural appropriation. And me, as a Japanese, thought, but Yasuke actually existed. So to make sure my fellow Japanese people are on the same side with me, I went to X and looked it up in Japanese. And yes, they were on my side, saying that Yasuke actually existed and it's funny that foreigners don't like it. In 1627, an Italian missionary,
Oh, look, I have one Japanese person that likes it, which means all Japanese people like it. Am I following this core stupid logic right? If one motherfucking insert here likes it, that means we all like it? All right, cool.
Alessandro Valniano came to Japan with his black slave.
Just making sure I got this.
Oda Nobunaga, one of the strongest leaders back then, liked the slave so much because he was literally the first black person he's ever seen. So he negotiated Valniano to give the slave to him. Nobunaga named the slave Yasuke and gave him the status of Bushi, and he made Yasuke his servant. So yeah, black samurai did exist. So it is not cultural appropriation. Hope this helps.
And also, what a way to misuse the fucking term cultural appropriation. But we go from a good critique regarding Assassin's Creed to a fucking bad one. But she's a woman, that doesn't count, isn't that? Yeah! Wait, oh God, what a topsy-turvy world we live in, bros! She's a woman, so does it count? Fuck! What do we do? What do we do?
Ubisoft has been doing everything wrong lately with flop after flop after flop of a game, and especially right now with Assassin's Creed Shadows, their only last hope of the year to make something good that can generate a lot of profits. But unfortunately, it is receiving terrible backlash over inaccuracies with Japanese culture and them propping Yasuke as some sort of historical samurai when that does not appear to be the case in actual Japanese history. So let's go ahead and dive into this video because now Ubisoft, they're getting trashed again. Yeah, because this new collector's collectible featuring Yasuke and Naui alongside what appears to be a destroyed Torii gate. So let's go ahead and see what trash fire they've gotten themselves into now. So this comes to us from that Park Place. Ubisoft finds itself in hot water again over Assassin's Creed Shadows, and specifically a collector's collectible that features Yasuke and Naui on what appears to be a one-legged Torii gate. Okay, so this is both of their main characters. You've got your Japanese shinobi woman here, and then you have Yasuke, the black samurai. All right, so the figure, which is available to purchase on Big Bad Toy Store, is created by Pure Arts. The official description for the toy states legendary samurai Yasuke and stealthy shinobi Naui, dual protagonists of Assassin's Creed Shadows, ready to fulfill their destinies and usher in a new era for Japan. Collectors captures iconic Assassin's Creed scenes with a cute new 6-inch format, the perfect size to fit any collection. The collectible caught the attention of ex-user R230614_Shin, who blasted Ubisoft for greenlighting it as he speculates that Naui is perched on a one-legged Torii gate. As translated by Google, the user wrote, "Please spread the word on Assassin's Creed Shadows figures from Ubisoft, a famous Japanese hate and criminal company." See, this is the thing. All of these activists, all of these simps for Ubisoft right now are all pretending like it's just white people who are mad about this game, but they are really making the Japanese gamers not happy. All right, Japanese hate and...
Doesn't sound that way based off of the fucking pre-orders.
criminal company, they said. A figurine of a destroyed Torii gate has been released, which is believed to be based on the one-leg Torii gate that was destroyed in the Nagasaki atomic bombing. He added, "I have never seen a one-legged Torii."
She called it X her thoughts. Yeah, that's like, why? It's Twitter. It's Twitter. It'll always be Twitter.
Other than the one destroyed by the American atomic bomb in Nagasaki. Oh, okay. Oh, man, they talk about, oh, we have a historian. We have consulted with historians on this. That is not the case. Here's the thing with Assassin's Creed and why there's a lot of issue with this is because there's always, I don't know, I swear people are NPCs and they spout the same talking points. They've had the same microchip.
I'll stop it when I hear a new talking point.
Planted in their brain. What about The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise? Huh? What about that? The Last Samurai is an entirely fictional story that doesn't try to prop itself as being, oh, this is based on actual historical events. Assassin's Creed games, while having their,
Say it! Say it! Say the words. While this shit got a lot of fiction in it, say it.
Having their own lore and all of their stuff, they have prided themselves in being rooted in historical accuracy in terms of the world building, the culture of the time, so on and so forth. So that's where there is a big disconnect because they're using an actual real person as their main character, Yasuke here.
And they're putting that motherfucker in a fictional fucking sandbox to where you could do some stupid shit that you can't do in real life back then or now.
And they're taking him out of context, pretending like he was some historic legendary...
That's what they've been doing for a lot of their fucking games.
Samurai. And then they're also making him gay. So it's like... there's just a lot wrong with this. Their historian that they hired is a queer studies gay shipper. That's what she is. Obviously not really that educated on Japanese culture as a whole. So with Shin bringing attention to the figure, many others roasted Ubisoft for it. YouTuber Razorfist wrote on X, Ubisoft including an artifact from a nuclear detonation, a one-sided arch, and what promises to be the biggest bomb of the year. God is a stand-up comedian. This is just hilarious how this is playing out. They cannot catch a break with this stuff. So we have Haru here who wrote, Ubisoft just keeps digging themselves deeper in the crapper. Yep, sharing all of that. YouTuber Vera Dark posted, Ubisoft has spent $500 million on...
Wow, you're showing me American YouTubers thinking that this is some fucking gotcha. Strike 3! You're out, bitch! How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling right now? I hope y'all are feeling good. I hope y'all are... I ain't never gave up on Helldivers. I don't give a fuck how repetitive the game got. I love Helldivers. I just love Helldivers. I have to love Helldivers. I just love Helldivers. It's just a great game. It's a great game. It's got great controls. It's so awesome to be a Helldiver fight for democracy. It's amazing. I love it. I just love fighting for democracy. Fighting for democracy so good. Wasn't Blackbeard and Black Flag? Motherfuckers don't want to bring that up, though. People play Assassin's Creed for historical accuracy. That's news to me. And again, you're playing the wrong fucking game. You're playing the wrong fucking game. You'll never be able to sit here with a straight face and say, I'm doing the right thing. You're not. What was at the Sonic thing? Did they show anything? They might have. What did they show? What is this? I don't care. Show me game. I don't want Sonic Rumble. This looks like Fall Guys. This unequivocally looks like Fall Guys. This 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 is, without a shadow of a doubt, looks like Fall Guys. And I don't understand how motherfuckers get away with this shit. Now, I felt like they could have just did a collab with Fall Guys and put these same sized characters in Fall Guys. Because in Fall Guys, your only advantage is pulling a motherfucker and fucking them. I might play Fall Guys. But bro, this is Fall Guys. This is Fall Guys. This is Fall Guys. Bro, this is Fall Guys. I'm sick to my stomach. How dare you? Wait. Where is this coming out? Look at these cast of characters. You know what's crazy? Motherfuckers like saw the Sonic movies and they said Sonic 4 is gonna have silver. I'm actually gonna throw up. Because if they start doing this shit like this and I get a Sonic cinematic universe, I've lost it. They should absolutely stop at 3, but if this shit makes a fuck ton of money, they're gonna do 4 and they're bringing in silver. They're bringing in silver no matter the ways. And honestly, I'm excited to see it.
Have a blast with friends and family alike in Sonic.
Oh, fuck that. Come to console, you fucking Spaniard. What the fuck? Hello.
Rumble. Look out for this exciting new title on mobile and PC this winter. New characters are joining the excitement in Sonic Dash, Sonic Dash Plus, and Sonic Forces.
Why are they doing this like a Nintendo Direct?
Starting with Valhalla Surge, the formidable Viking warrior who can turn the tide of battle in your favor.
Boo!
Oni Mephiles embodies a fierce...
Mephiles? Seen that fucking character in years. Oh, look, it's Amy. Oh, it's Dunce Amy. Is that the Sonic X design of Shadow? That is the worst fucking design of Shadow in all of fucking design. This motherfucker had that extra fucking piece of whatever the fuck that is on that side of his face where you literally could have just left that. You could have just left that out. That is the worst design of Shadow ever.
Year of Shadow campaign. a year-long celebration designed to inspire our fans to break barriers and be fearless. Just like...
I just need for the Sonic Shadows game, just throw it in there. Where are those damn black creatures? It like, even if you gotta cock tease it, I'm so sick of those black. Whoa! Like, you give me that, I'll find that shit amazing. Like, you just gotta give me that one. You give me that one, I'm gonna be perfectly fine. I'm gonna be perfectly fine with that one. Is that what caused Bobax to go nuts? Fuck if I know. My whole premise of that, of whatever the fuck that is motherfuckers don't follow the rules that they set for other people. Which is why, I don't know why y'all fucking... All I'ma fucking say is, do to others what you want done to you. And if you can't handle that, don't do it. If you gonna be bitching and moaning and groaning and crying and whining about how motherfuckers are inconsistent and they wishy-washy and they talk shit behind your back, but you also do that, your day gonna come and you gonna be mad. Which is why I say, just do the shit out loud. You talk so much shit in private, talk the shit publicly. None of these motherfuckers gonna touch you, cause it's over the internet. Watch the Sonic trailer. I want to. It's the fucking egg. It's the fucking egg Star Wars ripoff.
It is time to...
I shit you not. When that trailer for Sonic 3 came out, the next day I saw a fucking meme where it was like 12-year-olds and grown adult men excited to see a fucking child get a hollow point in the fucking face. And it was in reference to Maria. And there was never a more accurate fucking thing, because if I see that fucking gun get pulled out on her, I'ma cheer.
Awaken the ultimate life. Welcome to the world, Shadow the Hedgehog.
The promised time is nigh upon us, Shadow. Soon.
This motherfucker got his own Venom symbiote.
Black Doom. I destroyed you once. I will do it again.
I don't know who the fuck voicing him, but terrible. It's like you fighting to sound edgy. I will do it again. Ugh. Ew. I gotta hear that shit again. Wait a minute.
Doom. I destroyed you once. I will do it again.
Ew. Perfect freeze frame, but ew.
No more mistakes. We'll finish this here and now.
This fucking Venom wings killing me.
Promised time will arrive once more.
See, this is one of them fucking franchises where a motherfucker would be like, you know what would be great? An open world fighting game. And it's like, no. No, 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 no.
I'll take this power and use it as my own.
I shall put your power to the test.
Fucking Mevalus.
This time, I will crush every last one of them.
Fucking Mevalus. That bastard.
Yes, the warrior that will destroy you.
Was that Robot Metal Sonic? I don't know why I said Robot Metal. I meant to say Mega Metal Sonic. There's only a couple more seconds of this trailer. I need him to say, Maria. That will let me know if he's a good fucking voice actor. I need to know how he says Maria.
Maria?
All right, never mind. He's goated. He's goated. Yes, sir. I'm gonna be playing it. 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 27 days, 27 days. I'm gonna be playing it. But did y'all know the Powerpuff Girls are in multiverses? The Powerpuff Girls are in multiverses. You can't see it because, you know, I'm covering it. But look right there. The fucking Powerpuff Girls finally made it to multiverse. I, for one, am shocked that this is occurring. And I wonder how the fuck they do it. When the fuck does this Sony showcase come out? When the fuck does this shit drop? I don't know. It'll be up. Do they not already have it like scheduled? Oh, this shit going live in 3 hours? 3? Now, hold on. This shit says 3, but over here says 5. Motherfucker put the Diddy War. I am not certain. I'm not certain. But who knows? Let me see. PlayStation Showcase Sizzle. Don't give a fuck about that. Y'all want... Fuck it. I'm gonna save it for my stream. I'm gonna save it for my stream. I ain't gonna do it now. Doing it now would just be a wasted time. I'm gonna save it for that stream. What the fuck? I unironically streamed for 2 hours. I am amazing. Like, I didn't even notice that. I thought I just now hit the hour mark. I just looked down 2 hours. I'm goated. But anyway, bye.